Kevin
We're
McCullough.
back from Times Square. Kevin McCullough, glad to have you with us. Yet to come, we're still going to give away one of these beautiful coffee mugs. That Kevin Show. It's your fun way to spend your weekend. But we're talking about something quite sobering, and that is the story of our very good friend, Carrie Sheffield, who is back with us. And Carrie, I just love your heart. I love the way you're telling this story. I love the way that you're allowing kind of your pain and what you've been through and God to kind of work through you. And I just hope and pray that a lot of people are blessed by your efforts here. I want to turn to the next step of your spiritual journey, because that I feel like is probably one of the most important things that you did discover in this wild path that you've been through. What caused you to begin to reinvestigate God's existence, and why was it Christianity that you came home to?
Yeah, well, I have a whole chapter in the book about different faiths that I explore. I tried a little bit of everything. You know, I lived in Israel. I thought about converting to Judaism, but a Jewish friend put it this way. He said, Carrie, look, think about it. And I was agnostic at the time, and I told myself it would have been more for cultural reasons anyway, and I would have done it through the liberal Reform Jewish process anyway, and which meant that the conservative and the Orthodox Jews would never have viewed me as Jewish if I hadn't gone through with them, but I didn't want to. So, but my friend said, think about it this way, like you will be replacing one small persecuted sect of Mormonism for another one with 5,000 more years of history. Is that really what you want? So it was interesting. And then I traveled to Asia. I spent overnight in a Buddhist temple in Korea up in the mountains, spent time in some Muslim countries in Egypt and Qatar and Morocco and Turkey and Jordan, and just studied Islam and studied the principles of Islam. And it was around that time, I mean, as an agnostic, I thought of religion as really just a sociological construct, something that humans created to find meaning and purpose, but it wasn't for me. And as a conservative, I called myself a secular conservative. I appreciated the policies that were associated in the US and the West with Judeo-Christian values. So I saw the value in religion. I wasn't hostile, at least to the practice of it from a community standpoint, again, like a human construct. But the whole idea of God seems so foreign to me because—
You're still being very objective about it, though. It's out here. It's not for me in here.
Exactly. And inside, for me, the idea of God was God either doesn't exist, or he's totally apathetic about me, or he overtly hates me because he put me in this family where now 3 of my siblings have attempted suicide. I'm fantasizing about suicide periodically because of my inability and my denial about the trauma that I hadn't processed and my unforgiveness. So it's like God hates me or doesn't exist. And so I was agnostic because why would I believe in someone or something that hates me so much? And so I had tried all these things. There's a really great book by Tim Keller called Counterfeit Gods that really crystallizes what I did, which is not me specifically, but each chapter is a false counterfeit God that people use in place of God. We worship the created instead of the creator, and that creates all kinds of sadness and missed priorities. And whether it's money, power, sex, you name it, we worship it usually because it's good. But then we take it too far. And so for me, I tried all these replacements. I tried my career, and then new management came on, and a bunch of the old people, we got laid off. Well, I became suicidal because I had wrapped up my purpose and my worth in my career. Tried other things, tried relationships and dating, and just ended up dating abusive men, one who was a drug addict behind my back, another who was an alcoholic behind my back, men who were cheating on me. And it was because I accepted it because I was so accustomed to abuse that I normalized this low grade, just toxicness because I didn't believe that there was anything better. But again, that's a false idol. And eventually I thought I had settled on a God that wouldn't fail me. And that was the God of politics. And yes, we're laughing.
Sister, the pain there. That's
yes. the pain, but that was actually the catalyst. So I actually say it was Donald Trump and science were the two forces that brought me to Christianity. Donald Trump, because at the time I was very much an establishment conservative Republican agnostic. And here comes this guy. My religion became politics became my religion.
Her brand new book, and I believe it's going to help a lot of people, Motorhome Prophecies, is now available. Please go check it out. Kevin McCullough coming right back from Times Square. Stay here.
Stick around for more of That Kevin. Next, That Kevin Show with Kevin McCullough.